Welcome back to the Transportation Sales Tax Program, otherwise known as RoadWise. We bring this information to you because we want you to be aware of how your half-cent sales tax is being spent, and we hope it's being spent wisely. And no one knows better than the mayors of our community, because they help to select some of the projects that account for how we use those dollars. And so I'm going back with Mayor Summey from North Charleston. Always pleased to have him here. And when we left each other before the break, Mayor Summey, we were talking about business and building business. And when you build business, you need roads. You need ways for people to move about so they can get to their jobs. That Palmetto Commerce Parkway was one of the first projects that was done by the transportation sales tax.
Absolutely.
And it's an awesome project. What does that project mean besides roads?
Well, I just completed my State of the City, and I announced about 6 new companies that are coming in on Palmetto Parkway. And some of them are supporting aeronautics, some of them are high-tech. The county's even building their dispatch center in that area, because it's not only a central location, it's on a high ground, which you need for flooding and purposes of that, so that it's continually operational. It's opening us up. We have connected between the Weber track and what's left on Palmetto Parkway about 2,300 acres of property that can be developed in mixed use, but a lot of it will be light industrial, which create good paying jobs for the community, and we have to continue that. And it's been great working with the county, looking at how do we deal with the transportation needs of that. With the completion of Palmetto Parkway now to Ashley Phosphate, we're actually looking at the future of potentially doing a flyover of Ashley Phosphate and connecting that over all the way over to South Aviation, because a lot of the companies are supplying the aeronautics industry. You know, a lot of the suppliers don't have to be at site where Boeing is, and if we see that industry grow, there are going to be more suppliers coming in. And how do we move that transportation without hitting Ashley Phosphate, without hitting I-26, that they can connect without disturbing the normal flow of traffic that we already have?
I know we were ready for all of those wonderful plants that have been businesses that have opened up in the park area, the Parkway area. But cottage industries come from large industries, and you've just said that. And there are going to be a myriad of these small industries that connect to the larger one, and people can get work who have all kinds of skills. And that's what we need, is jobs.
And it's good for the entire Tri-County area, because some of those don't need to be in a 10-mile proximity. Some can be 25, 30-mile proximity because of the timing that they need to bring their product in to the plants. And so it helps Berkeley and Dorchester County as well as Charleston County. So, you know, we all eat off of the same apple. You know, and that's what people need to understand. When an industry comes, it benefits all of us in the Low Country, not just one individual community. If it's located in North Charleston, of course it benefits me, but it also benefits the people who live in Mount Pleasant, who live in downtown Charleston, live west of the Ashley, those people who live in Dorchester County and in Berkeley County.
You're talking about, to some extent, connectivity. Now, has this just been a subject that was put on the plate, or have we always been thinking about connectivity, and have we reached it?
Well, I think
in the 3-county area.
The closure of the shipyard was the eye-awakening experience. I was the head of the first reuse committee, and in the study that we did, we found out that the percentage of employees from Charleston, Berkeley, and Dorchester counties primarily were matched by the percentage of the population. If you put all 3 counties together, and Charleston County had 52% of the population, about 52% of the civilian employees lived in Charleston County.
Wow. And
so all the counties benefited equally. And we had found out that we put too much emphasis on one major company, which that was the federal government supplying jobs, and we became more diversified, but we learned about the connectability between Berkeley, Charleston, and Dorchester counties. Joe Riley, City of Charleston, is in both Berkeley and Charleston counties. I'm in Berkeley, Dorchester, and Charleston
that
counties.
was interesting when I first came
Absolutely.
back home.
So, you know, we're all connected. I've got 21,000 people living in Dorchester County now. And
they're in the city of North Charleston.
In the city of North Charleston. So, you know, not only am I the second largest city in Charleston County, I'm becoming the second largest city in Dorchester County.
And what was that reason again, Mayor Summey? Just say that again.
Because of the reason for...
I think that is so good.
The shipyard closing helped us realize that we need each other.
So you annexed?
Oh, absolutely. And still annexing.
Still annexing.
Because we got to have growth for the future, the next 20 years after I'm long gone. But we depend on each other. We have to work together. And that's something that is more in place today than in the 30 years that I've been engaged in government. I think we still have room for improvement, but we do have to work together. We have to communicate. I think my favorite movie ever in my life was a movie called Cool Hand Luke. Oh. And the famous line of that movie said, what we have here is a failure to communicate. As long as we communicate, are willing to sit down and listen to each other, whether it be in government, whether it be in the people we represent to the government, we can be successful.
And we have all sorts of ways to communicate.
Absolutely.
We've got COG, the Council of Governments, and so we're doing that, are we not?
Absolutely.
And things are working out for us.
A lot better.
Is it possible to come from, I don't know, the northernmost county, I can't think of that right now, but can we travel from the northernmost county into the city of Charleston by way of one road?
I-26 is probably your best connector, which has been great for getting from Greenville to Charleston. Unfortunately, it was the demise of a lot of small communities.
Wow. When we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about maintenance. We're building lots of roads through the county, allocations projects, which are small road projects. We're building bicycle paths and sidewalks that come along with the new roads that are being built, and lots of major projects as well called bonded projects. But the question now, the Mayor Summey, is how do we pay for all of this? And more so, how do we maintain it? We'll be back in just a minute.